Hello. I'm going to redo this video. I know I had already posted one, and I was explaining how I left a job that I didn't like. Um, about 3 weeks ago, I quit a job that I didn't like at all. It was getting me really stressed out, and I was getting to a point where um, I didn't even like going to work anymore. I couldn't sleep, and I was extremely stressed out. Um, so what I did, I know when I first started working there, I there were a lot of signs that should, kind of like me know that it was not going to be an easy ride. I remember walking into my job and there was a group of people talking about other people, gossiping. Um then my supervisor was as soon as they would see anybody new come into the job, they would be all staring at that person. And I had come to this job because I didn't want to commute anymore. And once I saw that behavior, I right away got a clue that it wasn't going to be an easy ride. I was going to have to eventually be the target of their conversations. Because I know every time they saw anybody walk in there that they didn't know or knew people, everybody would be by the window staring outside. And I don't know if it's just me, but I find that very weird. I don't know, maybe you guys don't, maybe anybody out there, maybe I'm the only one who finds people who do that, staring out the window when they see somebody new. um you know you guys don't find that strange? I do for some reason. I was already thinking, okay, this is not going to be an easy ride. It's just going to be one of those toxic jobs that are out there and people talk about. But as time went on, yes, it did. I was the subject of their conversations. And one day I got so stressed out and I couldn't sleep for a whole week, a whole 2 weeks. And my heart was already giving me weird reactions and I was getting sick. So I said, okay, I'm just going to quit this job. Fortunately, I was able to save enough money and I had enough of cushion for maybe 6 months of work. And then I noticed when I was driving to work, I would always see billboards of a place that was really hiring people. And I went in there and then I had already applied for their on call positions. And I was getting a lot of phone calls from them. So I said, okay, you know what? This is a sign. I don't have to be stressed in this job and this toxic environment with toxic people. I'm getting calls. So I'm assuming I'll be able to pay my rent and pay my bills with this job. And see, I let it go. And right away, I was able to get a full time position. And I, the day that I left the job, it felt so good, such a relief. I said, I'm never going to come back to this place. I'm never going to see um, all this gossipy people, all this, backstabbers. And it felt so good. I'm not advocating that you do that. But if you feel like it's time for you to move on, go ahead, you know go to your favorite store's website. If you go to maybe your favorite theater's website, your favorite your favorite, let's say, uh park, just go to their website and see who's hiring. People are always hiring, even in a bad economy. um People are always hiring. So just go to the Walmart's website, go to the Target's website, go to the Chick-fil-A's, go to the Cracker Barrel's website, go to your local school district to their website and see who's hiring. You don't have to stay somewhere you're not happy. You know, I don't want to say, oh, life is short, do what pleases you, but when I left, I was getting on call assignments where I was really close to the beach, and I would be here like I would go there and I would be like, wow, look at this beautiful place. It looks just like Hawaii. These beautiful trees with, you know, leaves and beautiful flowers, and never again I regretted why I left that other job. I was so relieved when I left. I'm not advocating that you do that, but personally, I was so relieved to not having to go back to a job of where I was so stressed out and I couldn't sleep. um, and I just, like I said, okay, this day, it's the last day I'm gonna come here. I wanted to give them a 2 week notice, but it just got worse when they heard that I was leaving. So I just point, right there, I left. I said I was feeling sick, and when I got home, I just turned in my resignation letter and I left. And um the day after, I had already assignments from that job that I had applied. But like I told you, just go to your favorite websites, go to your favorite starts websites, and you should be able to find something to help you what you want back. And eventually, hopefully you're not gonna regret it. I have not regretted it, but I will give you an update of. It looks like I'm gonna be interviewing for another position on Monday. Today is Thursday, so I have the weekend and tomorrow Friday to get ready for another interview. Good luck to you if you decide to do it. I will give you a update. I'm hoping to do a video of how to, be single and um spending weekends without having to beg anybody to be there with you. Thank you. I will see you on the next video.